Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining. This video will be helpful to those of you who want to learn more about the most popular business structure in the United States, an LLC, a limited liability company. Today I'm going to share with you top 5 facts about this entity structure and why you should seriously consider it when starting your own business. Whether you already own a business or maybe you're planning to start one, please watch this video until the end, and if you have a question that is not covered here, leave it in the comment section below and I will be happy to upload a part 2 to this video with your questions included. What are the most common reasons for choosing an LLC? Pass-through taxation is one of the most common reasons. It's one of the benefits. It means that you can report your share of the company's profits or losses on your individual tax return. Structuring your business as an LLC allows you to effectively simplify your tax reporting responsibilities. The IRS does not tax your LLC separately. The profits or losses that your LLC generates during a year will be reported on your Form 1040, your individual tax return. Having said that, I want you to know that there is one exception. There's always that one exception, right? If you choose your LLC to be taxed as an S corporation, then your LLC will be required to file a completely separate tax return. So you will file your individual tax return, your Form 1040, and your LLC will file its separate tax return at year-end. Arranging for your LLC to be taxed as an S corporation has its own pros and cons, of course. If you're interested to learn more about how to convert an LLC into an S corporation, please stay tuned. I will cover it in detail in one of my future videos. Depending on when you're watching, the video may already be on the channel, so please feel free to browse through the content. What does pass-through taxation mean if an LLC has multiple owners? If you form an LLC with your spouse or partner or maybe your friends, I want you to know that each member of an LLC has to report their share of profits or losses in the company on their individual tax returns, and the IRS does not assess a tax on the LLC itself. The share that you report will be directly proportionate to your equity in the business. A pass-through structure allows you to avoid double taxation essentially, where profits are taxed at the corporate level and then again at the shareholder level. Double taxation is one of the biggest disadvantages of a C corporation. So LLC helps you avoid that, and as the result, it will save you a significant amount of money. Can I form a limited liability company in a different state than the one where my business will operate? I hear this question frequently. You are free to form an LLC in any state, but you may still need to qualify your LLC to do business in your home state. And this means that you will have to file additional paperwork and pay additional fees, of course, to obtain certain licenses that your state may require for a business in your industry. These requirements will vary based on the type of your business. Many smaller LLCs that will operate in only one state also form in that state to avoid these hassles. So be ready for some state tax complications if your LLC does business in a state that is different from the state where all of its members live. For one thing, the LLC members might have to pay personal income taxes in the other state on LLC income. This depends solely on the laws of that state. There is not one umbrella rule, so you will have to do the research to determine what applies to you in your circumstances. State taxes do vary widely from state to state, and it might actually influence your choice of location for your LLC. An LLC, like any other business, has to pay franchise tax, it has to pay sales and use tax, other transaction and excise tax, as well as employment, property, and transfer taxes. So take that into consideration. The bottom line is that some states will be a better home for your LLC than others. You can sometimes make these differences between states' laws work for you, but you absolutely have to get the tax stuff right. And this is one of those times when you should see a tax professional if you plan to operate in a different state. And if you live in a state but wish to form an LLC in a different state, definitely make sure that you consult a tax professional who will learn the details and your individual circumstances. Does a single-member LLC need an EIN? An employer identification number, or EIN, is a 9-digit number that is very similar to a social security number. It is assigned to a business entity by the IRS. You have to apply for it through the IRS. You will apply for an EIN with your state directly once you have your LLC set up, once you have it fully registered. If you use a third party to help you register your LLC, such as, for example, InkFile, which is the company that I highly recommend, and you will find the link with a discount offer below, they will do it for you. They will apply for an EIN with your state. By default, the IRS treats single-member LLCs, so if you're the only owner of your LLC, as a sole proprietorship. So as a sole proprietorship doing business through an LLC, you don't need a separate EIN number unless you have employees or you are required to file excise tax returns. By default, owners of single-member LLCs report the business profits and losses from the LLC on their personal tax return using their social security number. Owners of single-member LLCs are not required to have separate EINs because they're not considered employees of their LLCs by the IRS. But if your single-member LLC has employees, in that case, you are required to obtain an EIN and then file employment taxes. Creating a limited liability company, is it worth the cost? If you have a business or are maybe thinking about starting one, you should consider forming a limited liability company. I explained why I believe that's the case in a recent video. I will link it below. If you personally own your business as a sole proprietorship, you and your business are effectively viewed as one and the same, as one entity. And so as the result of that, you have unlimited personal liability for all your business debts. This means that your personal assets, such as your home, even your bank account, your car, could be at risk if your creditors decide to go after them. The second benefit that will justify paying to form an LLC is that an LLC does not pay any taxes itself. Any profits or losses that an LLC business earns are passed through the LLC to the owners. So for this reason, LLCs are called pass-through entities. Starting an LLC will also qualify you for the 20% pass-through deduction. This deduction, which is in effect from 2018 through 2025, allows owners of pass-through entities to deduct up to 20% of the income that their businesses earns. So that potentially means significant tax savings. Another reason why you should form an LLC is LLCs are easy to form. The cost in most states is around $100. With that said, there are some rules to be aware of. For example, an LLC is required to have a separate business bank account. So you cannot use your personal bank account here. If you are looking for a quick and easy way to establish your bank account, I've partnered with Novobank. They offer hassle-free, no monthly fee business checking bank account. It is completely free and it is fully FDIC insured. So there's absolutely no commitments and no risks involved. I will share the link in the video description below that you can use to check them out and sign up for a free business bank account with Novobank. If you have a question that I haven't answered in this video, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I hope that you got value out of this video. Let me know if you do plan to register an LLC and what type of a business you have or plan to start. I would love to hear from you. Please remember to show your support. You can do so by subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up, and ringing the bell to enable video notifications. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one soon. Bye for now.